Incheon, a world's first-class city where everyone is happy. Incheon, a starting point to connect Korea to the rest of the world and leaping to be a global hub city. For a better present of Incheon, putting to practice of carbon neutrality for a better future of the Incheon and the world. We are Seongdo Resources Circulation Center, Incheon. Household wastes that are produced per person day is approximately 1 kilogram. If the waste produced is not disposed of properly, this could affect the water quality, air pollution, and even climate change. To respond to such climate changes, we are a recycling facility that practices the resource circulation policy by bringing in household wastes produced in Yeonshu District and Namdong District of Incheon, and in turn, used to produce and process solid refuse fuels. We process up to 181 ton per day at our solid refuse fuel manufacturing facility, and up to 90 ton per day at our solid refuse fuel usage facility. Also, the high heat energy produced during the process of combustion treatment of the produced solid refuse fuels is converted and used as heating resources for the local community. We are striving to lead in circulating resources and climate changes through waste to energy as a replacement for fossil fuels. What is solid refuse fuel? Solid refuse fuel products is a form of solid fuel that is converted from wastes that are disposed into energy form and is a fuel product that adheres to regulations of Conservation of Resources and Promotion of Recycling Act by going through several processes. Now, we will look at the processing stages of producing solid refuse fuels. Waste transportation vehicles will bring in household wastes into the facility. Then the volume of the wastes are weighed on the scale situated by the entrance. This will be then transported through the entrance zone and dropped into the waste storage containers. The waste products in the storage container are then moved to a shredder. The shredder will shred these wastes into sizes less than 200 millimeters and then move on to the next processing stage, which is the trommel screen. The trommel screen is a size-separating screening machine which eliminates remnants that are not suitable due to its small particle size to be used as fuel, such as broken glass, dishes, dirt, and sand and food products. Wastes with sizes of more than 60 millimeters are then transferred to a wind shifter. Wind shifter is a specific gravity separator which separates plastic bags, papers, and other combustibles by wind, and in the next step of the process, the wastes are then put through a second shredder and are shredded into sizes less than 120 millimeters as according to the solid refuse fuel quality standard, which is then sent to a dryer. In the combustible dryer, the moisture of waste products are dried down to less than 25%, which leads to the production of high-quality solid refuse fuel of more than 3,500 kilocalories. Solid refuse fuels that are produced from such process is then stored in solid refuse fuel storage tanks. Next, we will look at our solid refuse fuel usage facility processes. The high-quality solid refuse fuels that are produced through various processes are stored and then transferred into a solid fuel hopper. This is then moved to a solid fuel injecting tank via a transferring conveyor, and a fixed amount will be transferred to the combustion furnace through the fuel injector. As for the combustion of solid fuels, we have decided to select BFBC combustion method, which is the most appropriate method to combust lightweight combustibles, and full combustion processing takes place with using heat of more than 850 degrees Celsius. The gases produced in the process of combustion passes through a boiler and is cooled to a temperature of 210 degrees Celsius, which is most suitable for the latter part of the processing facility operation. which the heat energy of the combustion gas is absorbed in the boiler to produce hot vapor. The high-temperature vapor is firstly used in the de-aerator, soot blower, hot water for the facility, and other internal processes, and the remaining heat is used to provide for the local communities in a means of heat. We are leading in circulating resources and acting on climate changes by waste-to-energy process in place of using fossil fuels. Air-polluting substances that are produced with the combustion gases, where acidic gases are first neutralized in the neutralization tower. Powder-activated carbons are inserted into the start of the filtration and dust collection facility, where heavy metals and dioxins are separated. The powder-activated carbon with heavy metals and dioxins attached and dust within the combustion gases are then removed through the filtering bleb of the filter dust collector, after which it will pass through high-efficient selective catalytic reaction tower, where nitrogen oxide is eliminated completely. Any polluted substances in the effluent gas produced is emitted through a Manning fan. Furthermore, all the equipment are equipped with TMS installation and control functions where the status of emitted gases are checked and monitored on a real-time basis. And such details are also transmitted on a real-time basis to the control towers of Ministry of Environment. In the process of manufacturing solid refuse fuel, non-conforming residues removed from the trommel screen and wind shifter are stored in a container. After that, it is treated hygienically and stably at the incineration facility of Shangdo plants. Also, the bottom ash produced by the combustion of solid fuel and fly ash produced from relevant boilers and combustion gas processing equipment is outsourced to a middle recycling company to be used as construction materials or as construction aggregates. The odor during the process of discharging waste products is controlled by air curtains on the entrances and deodorizing fans to prohibit the odor from leaking out. The bad odor deriving from storage of waste products and solid fuels are collected by a positive fan and is fed as a combustion air for the boiler, specific to solid fuels, and undergoes a complete oxidation process at a high temperature. A bulk 3-stage chemical deodorizing equipment is installed to safely neutralize the odor produced in the process of making solid fuels that complies with the accepted standard of odor discharge. All the processes, as mentioned, is efficiently and effectively controlled at the central control room. Shinhang plant of Incheon Environment Corporate is a resource circulating business to turn household wastes into renewable energy, aiming to aid in becoming a zero-carbon producing Incheon city. Are we disposing our wastes properly according to regulations in our day-to-day lives? When producing standard solid refuse fuels, any waste that doesn't fit into the criteria in terms of size and components cannot be recycled. Wastes including bleach, synthetic rubber, bathroom slippers, and other wastes with chlorine component, as well as wastes that is of leather, rubber, fibrous materials, and other wastes that contain cadmium, and any waste that contains lead, batteries, construction structures, and any other waste that contains lead material, must be disposed of using non-flammable trash bags. Dumbbell weights, bowling balls, and others that cannot be passed through the shredder, and any waste products that exceeds component contents is subjected to restrictions when it is disposed. Good deeds to protect our environment. Our little actions that start at home with a proper disposal method for a bright and clean Incheon. In order to protect our pleasant future of Incheon, where nature and city meets, Shinhang plant of Incheon Environment Corporate are working hard, even at this moment, to go ahead with resource circulation with the help of our state-of-the-art system. Resources to energy. Practice into action. Incheon, world's first-class city where everyone is happy. Shinhang plant of Incheon Environment Corporate, an environmental specialized company, will work with you to achieve zero carbon by year 2045.